And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how your typical conspiracy rabbit hole starts. You see one helicopter spraying a forest, nobody knows what's going on, and all of a sudden the comment section turns into its own investigation report. Maybe it's completely harmless, but asking questions has never been a bad idea. Blindly dismissing everything is as bad as believing everything.
Like, didn't we read books about this? Like, you're erasing history. Those are real books. If you hadn't heard, Anthropic purchased millions of books. They just started copying them, and then they just started cutting the spines off the back and then destroying the books. Each page saved to feed their AI training library. Then the originals destroyed like it was a crime. Like, they have to cover up the evidence, so they're gonna have to destroy the crime, you know? But don't worry, a judge ruled this is fair use. It's completely fair use, completely by the books. And other AI companies have been buying up these old books like hotcakes. Anything made previously to 2022, so anything that AI hasn't touched has an immense value to them. So what do you think? Leave your thoughts and comments below.
In my last video, I was literally talking about how I'm trying to go back to reading paperback, and now we get this. Make it make sense. You take the books, you feed the AI systems, and then you destroy the books. So there's no physical evidence left behind.
In Russia, there was like a meeting of like all these elites and movie producers.
Oh, yes.
And the lights go out temporarily.
And their eyes.
Their eyes are glowing.
Imagine the lights going out in the 80s and just like everyone's eyes are gone.
Yeah, the band left because
Yeah.
they saw like all these glowing eyes, and it wasn't everyone. It was only like 6 or 7 in the room.
And they were doing a show for like the elites or
Yeah.
something, weren't they?
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me enough money to perform on a stage where the lights go out for 2 seconds and the people in the audience eyes start glowing. I'm leaving the microphone and finding the next exit.
What point do they actually launch an investigation into this? I never really gave this guy much attention, but after looking at this video, I mean, just take a look at this.
That's Palm Beach Pete. Hold on. Jeffrey.
Make things even more suspicious, I want to show you a clip that he posted, but first you need to take a look at this. This is actually a video of Jeffrey Epstein's home, and this is released by the Department of Justice. There is girls in the video that are redacted, but just take a look at the kitchen. Obviously, you can take a look at Jeffrey Epstein himself and what he looks like. Extremely similar to this Palm Beach Pete guy. So then he posts a video in front of his kitchen, which is the same exact layout as Jeffrey Epstein, and it says a Netflix documentary about the parties. Then this guy takes a bite of pizza. Like, this guy is just laughing in front of our faces, or this is the truth in plain sight. First, I thought there was just absolutely no way that any of this was connected, but for someone to make a name of looking exactly like this guy, and then biting into pizzas, and then somehow genuinely responding to the name Jeffrey, like, something's gotta give here.
Jeffrey.
I can't lie, when Palm Beach Pete became popular, that whole thing for me was just a big joke, you know? But when we catch Mr. Pete reacting like this,
Jeffrey.
now I've got reasons for questions.
I never knew that the Rothschilds threw a crazy party for only the elites. That is stranger than fiction. I cannot make this up.
What do you mean?
In 1972, the Rothschilds decided to throw this party, and it was called the Surreal Ball. It was an invite-only party, and all of the invitations were mirrored. So all of the guests were forced to have to look into a mirror to be able to decipher what's on the card.
Oh, wow.
Also, the way that they made the lighting in the building and even outside, they wanted it to look as if the building was engulfed in flames. The lighting, the way it looks, bro, it looks like the building is on fire. Also, all of the decorations for the tables and stuff like that were furry plates. Plates that were covered in fur.
What the hell?
And then instead of giving them silverware, it was a dead fish.
Instead of like a fork and knife?
Yeah.
Really?
And on top of that, they would literally serve your food on top of the body of a mannequin on a bed of roses. The costumes. One of the Rothschilds, her name was Marie Rothschild. She pulled up to this party wearing a giant deer's head over hers, and then she added these real diamonds to personify tears.
Wow.
This one really big actress at the time that was invited to the party, she was wearing a big like hat thing that was like over her head, and it was a bird's cage with real birds in it.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, I could keep going how crazy and fantastical all these people dressed up. And it's like some of them were like demonic, bro. It was so
insane.
weird. Some of them almost look like still lives.
That's crazy, though. There's got to be a reason why it's so secret. And the reason why they dressed up in all these disguises and stuff. They must have been in there doing some real, like, Diddy type stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, bro? Some real freaky stuff.
I'm talking, I think even beyond Diddy. Because I'm saying if these guys are the elite, the devil's in the room next door.
Yeah. They're
Like,
eating
like
babies
Epstein and them got to get the portal to get to, bro. Dude, they're already on the other side of the portal.
Yeah.
They say money is the root of all evil, and here is the example of how money can pull you to do the most random things out of boredom. And this is the stuff that we managed to know. What about the stuff that are actually secret? Lucky enough, this channel is not secret. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, leave your opinion in the comment section, and do me a favor as well and like the video. Some of you are seeing the hype button as well. Hype the video. So yes, please do all of the prior, and I'm not going to hold you hostage, all right? Let's move to the next clip.
Hi. Hello. Can you say mama? Mama. Mama. Let's sing it. Mama. Let's clap it. Mama. Let's sign it. Mama. Good job. Clapping. This is clapping. Mama. Can you say dada? Dada.
We're not trying to put fear into the parents' minds, but this is actually quite concerning. Giving your child the phone and leaving them alone thinking that they're watching their favorite show, yet they may just be watching something completely different. Stay safe out there.
Do not take your kids to see this. This Minions, and I know people go, it's innocent, it's cartoon. No, they are doing seance witchcraft on these movies now. And I want you to see this little clip. This is very serious. They're summoning a octopus devil on a pentagram on this cartoon. The pentagram's in the background. They're on the back, and they have all these candles, and this is the demon, the octopus devil, come up out of the witchcraft they were doing. So they go over here, and they start doing this witchcraft again throughout the movie on this for this cartoon. And they're summoning, they're bringing forth, they're conjuring up this demonic witchcraft stuff. And they go, oh, it's innocence. No, it's not innocent. You're feeding your kids trash. Don't take your kids to see this. So, okay. You don't have to show them no more. Yeah. It's evil, but you need to know it.
Some people will look at something like this and say it's not that deep, but those of us who know exactly what's going on. The truth is hidden in plain sight.
The Eiffel Tower was never built to be a monument. It was built to be a weapon so powerful it could transmit free energy to every person on Earth, and they shut it down the moment it worked. 1889 Paris. Gustave Eiffel builds a 300-meter iron lattice tower, officially a temporary exhibition piece, scheduled for demolition after 20 years. But look at the design. Iron lattice structure, a needle at the top, built on a specific geographical location aligned with the Earth's electromagnetic field. This was engineering with a very specific purpose. Here is where it gets interesting. Nikola Tesla visited Paris the same year the tower was completed. He immediately recognized what it was. The Eiffel Tower and his Wardenclyffe Tower shared identical design principles. Both were built to harness atmospheric electricity and transmit it wirelessly. Tesla said publicly the Eiffel Tower could power all of Europe for free. But here's where it gets darker. The moment free energy transmission became a realistic possibility, funding was pulled, and the Eiffel Tower was quietly converted into a radio transmission tower instead. Not free energy for everyone, controlled information for the few. They built the most recognizable structure on Earth directly on top of the greatest energy secret ever discovered and turned it into a tourist attraction. Follow for more of what they don't teach you.
You might come to this channel and look at this video and say, but how come you're not doing your research? And free energy doesn't exist. Well, have I got news for you. This is exactly what they're saying to people like you.
Gotcha, bitch!
Well guys, Flock just got wings, those street side cameras that are already all across America. What if I told you they're not stopping there? The same company behind the cameras are now putting autonomous surveillance drones in the sky. And depending on who you ask, it's either the future of public safety or the more likely option, the biggest expansion of government surveillance we've seen yet. Now the company's automated license plate readers have spread across the country, creating one of the nation's largest interconnected video surveillance networks. After partnering with aviation software company Aerodome, Flock launched Flock Alpha, an autonomous police drone built to respond to emergencies before officers even arrive. The drone sits inside a waterproof docking station waiting for a call, and when a 911 report comes in, the drone can launch automatically and fly up to 60 miles per hour. Officers don't even have to be standing nearby. They can deploy it directly from one of these little things, a smartphone. And this thing isn't just flying overhead, it's got thermal imaging, high-definition cameras, and powerful optical zoom. And well, according to Flock, it can even read a vehicle's license plate from 2,000 feet away. That's not terrifying at all.
A private company providing dystopia with wings, coming at you at high speeds and infrareds. This is stuff you could not make up.
Enfield Horror is one of the strangest looking cryptids ever spotted in the United States. Enfield, Illinois, April 25th, 1973, a young boy named Greg Garrett was the first witness to spot this strange aberration. The horror is said to have 3 legs ending in claws and gray skin covered in a thin layer of mucus. 30 minutes later, Henry McDaniel and his wife returned home from an evening on the town only to find their children hiding, frightened out of their wits. After they had calmed down, Henry Jr. and Lily told their parents that a creature had tried to break into the house while they were gone. At first, Henry Sr. chalked this up to the children's overly active imagination, but that stopped when he heard a scratching at the back door. Thinking it was a stray, McDaniel quickly opened the door, trying to scare the beast off, only to come face to face with a creature unlike anything he had ever seen before. He described mostly the same creature as Garrett, but with a few extra details. He said the creature had very short forelimbs sticking out of its body and big, hollow, pinkish red eyes that glowed like a car's headlights. McDaniel quickly slammed the door and went for his .22. When he returned, the creature hadn't moved an inch. He fired 3 shots, with one of them hitting his mark, causing the horror to begin to hiss as it leapt 50 feet into the air. The creature would leap 2 more times before disappearing into the dense foliage that separated McDaniel's property from his neighbors, never to be seen again.
Once in a while, I come across videos like this where they tell a story this bizarre, and I start thinking to myself, I hope to God this does not affect my sleep and my dreams, because I don't need any more nightmare fuel.
Smart dust, dust-sized cameras floating around like dandelion seeds, was originally conceived as a weapon. The idea was that helicopters and drones could drop smart dust into the air, and that would serve as a battlefield sensor network. Researchers at the University of California, Berkeley announced they'd expanded on the concept by creating something called stim dust. Stim dust gives the operator control over your nervous system. According to a press release, stim dust has, quote, opened the door for wireless communication to the brain and peripheral nervous system through tiny implantable devices inside the body that are powered by ultrasound. The researchers successfully implanted stim dust in a live rodent. They were able by doing this to, quote, control hind leg motion. Today the world is watching you. Tomorrow the world could be controlling you like a video game character.
This is so bizarre, like it literally sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. I don't know whether this is legit or fake, but maybe you know better. Let us know in the comments.
Do you know how much the first iPhone was, or the first Apple computer was sold for?
How much?
$666.66. First Apple computer. You gotta think like, that's weird. What is the Apple on your phone? It's the Apple that Adam and Eve, they're making a prelude to this. It was the defiance of God, bro. It's not a good thing. It was literally when Eve said, I want knowledge over your order, God. That's what the Apple on your phone is. That's what that is. And Siri, like people don't even know, Siri backwards is Iris. When you heard Siri, did you not think that's a weird name? But unfortunately, because of all this stuff that's around us, we are numb to recognizing these patterns. But they do stuff, they name things forward and backwards all the time. It's like a common thing of the occult to like deceive you and blind you. But Iris is the messenger of the gods, the first one to deliver the message from the gods, which are the demons, by the way. The fallen angels are the gods. To you, you're the littles, they're the bigs. The medium, she's the first medium, is a witch. What is a medium? It's a witch, right? The medium is the go-between, the bigs and the littles. You're the little, they're the demons, are the bigs, because they were giants, they were the Nephilim.
He had me at the price point being 666. But then when he started going on about how Siri spelled backwards is Iris and all this other stuff, yeah, you lost me again, bruh.
Let's talk about Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks has had a weird Instagram for a very long time. Things like this where he's finding children's shoes. Here he just happened to find a child's pacifier in Central Park. Here's another one where he posts a child's shoe on a couch. Like, if you were putting out your couch to sell or give away, would you just leave a child's shoe there? Like, what are the possibilities that he's placing these items there? Here's another creepy IG post I found of him promoting somebody's song, but look at that cover. That's clearly a child in distress. Hello? Even more weird, this song largely has been removed from the internet, which was also eerie. And again, look at that picture, a child in distress wearing a mask. Weird. But the weirdest of all Tom Hanks' posts happened in 2019. Here it is. Here you see the caption. There's a random glove on the ground. He talks about Route 66, so I want you guys to keep that in mind. And around 2019, but even before then, there was an actor named Isaac Cappy. I'm going to say his name one time to avoid this video getting flagged. But nonetheless, he was talking about the sickness that's going through Hollywood that we all know about, and he was accusing some very famous people, including Thomas Hanks. By the way, notice the date, April 4th, 2019. So tell me, what are the chances that just one short month later, in May of 2019, this actor who I mentioned before would jump to his you-know-what in Arizona? Mind you, this guy has said in multiple videos throughout the internet, which it's kind of hard to find his videos anymore, that he was in no danger of you-know-whatting himself. So 1 month later, he did that in Arizona. Look at this, guys. I-40 in Arizona, where this took place, largely follows the route of the historic U.S. Route 66. So we have this actor accusing Tom Hanks of these things, right? We have no statement from Tom Hanks and his camp about it, nothing of the sort. All we have is a social media post 1 month before that guy jumps to his you-know-what on the same route of Tom Hanks talking about Route 66 and this word here. Come on, guys.
Tom Hanks is weird, for sure. But this whole thing, wow. Where did he come up with this theory? It is a huge, huge stretch.
Suffering actually taught you anything, the world would be full of wise men. Everyone suffers, almost nobody comes out wise. So clearly the pain isn't the teacher. And the difference between the people it grows and the people it destroys was never the size of the pain. Psychologists have a name for the good outcome, post-traumatic growth. And the important part is this. The exact same event that grows one person into someone deeper is the same event that gives the next person post-traumatic stress. Most people just endure it. They wait for the pain to do the work for them, like the wound alone is supposed to make them wise, and it never does. They come out on the other side the same person, just more tired and more scared. The ones who change are the ones who refuse to waste it, who looked the worst thing that ever happened to them dead in the eye and asked what it was trying to build. So stop waiting for your pain to make you wise. It won't. It just hands you the wood. Whether you build anything out of it was always going to be up to you.
I like this. This is really cool. I have 3 things that come to mind that I do not want to forget as I've watched this. 1, this is linking back to our previous video. At the end of our video, we had a rant as well, and it was in relation to making choices and not sitting on your laurels, you know. We get given an opportunity to live this life, and you know, it's very easy to be able to look at things and, you know, look at the negative side of things, but we have to make ultimately our power comes in our decisions, right? We come as beings who have the opportunity to make choices, and that's mainly where our power comes from. So we need to be able to look at our situation and make a choice to either stay in the dirt or get out of it. 2, I think this is the perfect explanation of how each side of emotions are basically on the same, how would you call it, the same scale. Do you know what I mean? Whether you feel bad or whether you feel good, you know, it's one and the same thing. It's like the thing that they describe as yin yang, you know, the balance. It's like there's good and there's bad, but it's all in the same scale. I think that's the way I'm trying to explain it, if you understand. And then 3, I think it's really important to understand, I actually kind of forgot my last point, but I have another point. But 3, I think it's important to understand that you can't do this on your own. You can only do this through God. And I think we live in this world where we are being taught to be independent, to be able to do everything on our own, and etc., etc. But it's impossible. You have to lean. First of all, even doing it by yourself is impossible. You need people to help you build yourself, get to where you need to. That's why there's communities. That's why you build communities around you. But then, as well, because we are in this physical realm, we forget that we are also spiritual bodies. And the spirit and the soul is tied to a completely different realm that we don't see with our physical eyes, which is all tied to the source, God. And if you have no sort of connection with that, that's going to make things a lot more difficult for you. So I think those three things. I completely forgot my last point, which was flying through my head when I was listening to the video. But anyway, this is the problem with doing things on a freestyle, off the top, you know. I need to start writing down things a lot more when I'm doing this video particularly. But anyway, that's all I have for you today, guys. Newcomers, you'll see a video pop up right here. It's recommended just for you, and I'm going to see you in the next video. All right, take care of yourselves and stay curious as always. Peace. I'm going to stretch this candle. This is so incredible. Okay, it's starting to leak now. You can see it's starting to leak there. Yeah. Anyway, I'm expecting this thing to just evaporate eventually.